bees are dying, and our survival depends on them. That's why 4RB's created the Pure Wave Cell, a breakthrough quantum device proven to help hives thrive, doubling colonies and boosting honey production naturally. Every jar of our Pure Wave honey fuels this mission, supporting beekeepers worldwide. Visit 4RBs.com. That's the number 4OurBees.com, and use code WITF for 20% off. Save the bees! Save us all!
Where in the Folk is not and should not be viewed as a news source. Any names, places, or likenesses mentioned are purely fictional, and any information discussed is purely speculative. Guest opinions are their own and do not reflect those of anyone else. Where in the Folk is not responsible for content accuracy of any stories that are told or what people do with these stories. This show is vulgar, sometimes graphic, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone, actually.
Welcome to another episode of Where in the Folk. I hope everybody's had a good day. And I'm sure a lot of people haven't had a good day today. So I just want to start off at the top of the hour. Totally wants to preference a video that we did not long ago. If we're not going to talk about what's happening in Iran a lot, but the video we had, when was it? Probably.
Yeah, we've already talked about it. We had a video called The Nuclear Boogeyman, and it documents the last, 30, 40 years of how this all came to be. This isn't a new thing. They've been wanting to bomb Iran since the 70s, probably.
Oh, yeah.
But let me go see what episode that was. Let's see. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, it was episode 168.
168.
So,
It's been a while back.
So 8 months ago, we made an episode titled The Nuclear Boogeyman. We spent about an hour on it and documented the whole history. So from the 70s through today, there's probably been hundreds, if not thousands, of articles saying the exact same thing that they've been saying for years, that they had a nuclear arsenal, blah, blah, blah. And since the early 90s, there's been articles of Netanyahu wanting to bomb them.
Yep.
So nothing new. And the only thing that I'll say about it, and I'll let Cecil chime in too, but if you can't apply logic universally, you're listening to propaganda.
Yep.
And I was talking to one of our friends earlier today, and they said, well, Iran was mistreating their people, and that's why they need our help to reestablish a government. And again, if you can't apply that logic universally, it's propaganda. You think about all the warlords in the Middle East, everything that happened in Afghanistan, everything that happened in Iraq. We were there for 20 years, couldn't do anything. We killed all their leaders.
Yeah.
But it drug on for 20 years. You think about Africa, all the children that go missing, all the people that get put into modern day slavery. Think about China and religious persecution. They have concentration camps for Uyghur Muslims. None of those people get our help. But it just, again, if you can't apply logic universally, you are listening to propaganda, is all I'm going to say about it.
I agree with that. And I want to just say this. This isn't a situation where it's us that's living day to day or fighting the people over there that's living day to day. This is between them and some kind of alternative motive. I know Iran's rich in resources, and yeah, maybe they do want to go over there and help the people, but in helping the people, we don't want to.
They don't want to help I'm sorry. I will never believe that they are doing this to help the people. Just today, there was a school bombed and over 100 kids died.
Exactly.
So if they wanted to help the people, they wouldn't be, and that's the MO that's been happening.
Hey,
but,
hey Crystal. But just keep the people over there that have nothing to do with any of this in your mind. Keep our people in your mind. Keep everybody that's just over there doing their job based on what the elites in their positions over there want them to do, or over here want them to do.
And please, if you hear anybody warmongering,
Yeah,
think about like a year ago, if this would have happened under the last president, the people who are warmongering today would be like, what is going on? We're at war with Iran. And the tit for tat political spectrum, which is goofy, but some people cannot be pulled out of that to see these things objectively. So please, if you have friends that are warmongering, please let them know that they're talking about the lives of women and children being lost. And again, if you can't apply the logic universally, it's propaganda.
Yeah. And that's another thing. If you think that the war started with the last administration were okay, and this war's bad, or vice versa, then you need to start thinking outside of whatever box that you watch.
Yes. You need to get off CNN and Fox News and come listen to us.
Because we're so logical. But
now let's talk about Bigfoot.
I'm sorry about that. One last thing, just try to love each other. That's all we can do. This isn't religious war, in my opinion. They frame it as that. This is a wealth against non-wealthy war.
They've been in this war for a long time.
Yeah. Nothing that's going to happen is going to be beneficial to us as Americans. It's not going to be beneficial to the Iranian people. It's probably not going to be beneficial to the Israeli people. The only thing that's going to happen in this whole situation is it's going to be a pile of rubble, similar to what we did in other countries.
Yeah.
And I don't blame our soldiers for that. Our soldiers are doing their job as they're directed.
And what a lot of people, your everyday person, doesn't know is that Iran is bigger than Iraq and Afghanistan put together, and they have 1 million-man army.
Yeah.
So very similarly to how we killed all of the leadership in Iraq, that obviously didn't help anything. We didn't win.
No.
So it's just as likely that if it turns into boots on the ground, we're back for another 20 years.
If not longer. But let's hope that doesn't happen. And with that, we're not going to talk about it anymore.
Yes.
So let's get into some fun and scarier stuff.
We do have some crazy videos.
Let's see. I don't know. How do you want to start?
And make sure that to like and subscribe. Thank you, Landa. And we will always be here bringing you whatever we can and try to be objective about things, and always discern through the lies
until AI turns us into the government for our text messages.
Yeah.
then we're FEC.
We're cooked.
Buddy.
We're going to be in the concentration camps at that point. So,
all right. So I don't know. Where do you want to start? Does it matter? Like,
you can start with. I saw you had the funny. You want to listen to the funny dinosaur song?
I usually just pull up the first thing. Let me make sure that I have everything set up properly. So this is a funny dinosaur song.
It's the history of how dinosaurs came to be a thing. Like when people stopped calling them dragons.
I always say this is going to be fun for our audio only listeners, but it actually may be, because now you can watch video. So
yeah,
let's go ahead and give this a gander here. Oh,
no audio.
No audio.
You're muted up top left.
Top left.
My name is Benjamin Hawkins, and you're looking. You think dinosaurs existed, then your brain is kind of twisted. My name is Benjamin Hawkins, and you're looking at my drawings. Way back in 1676, they found the bones that looked like this, so I made Megalosaurus. It's the best. Just 2 bones, and I drew the rest. Stegosaurus, Brontosaurus, all the sketches came before us. Iguanodon, Megalodon, it's not real, it's just a con. Velociraptor, Oviraptor, turn the page for a brand new chapter. We're less trustworthy than your ex. Because here's a big T-Rex.
All right, I think you can kill it. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun.
Price. Fossil fuel scarce, a clever disguise. Selling bones and tickets with a grin. Make money from nothing, let the lies begin. Darwin's tales get a little boost. Evolution hype, so facts are loose. A prehistoric scam from start to end. And that's the way it is, my friend. Stegosaurus, Brontosaurus, all just sketches came before. Iguanodon, Megalodon, it's not real, it's just a con. Velociraptor, Oviraptor, turn the page for a brand new chapter. We're less trustworthy than your ex. Here's a big T-Rex.
That's funny, and that is very accurate.
Yeah, I mean, that's really how it went.
Yeah.
They drew interpretations of what they thought they had found.
Now, you can go ahead and say that there's some people always go, well, if the dinosaurs wasn't real, then this is no shit. This is the fight I've heard recently about this. If dinosaurs wasn't real, then why are they on cave paintings? I'm like, if they was on cave paintings, how the fuck did people know about them? like, I don't know. Because
Look, now I do think some things are real. Like, I think the brontosaur were real, and I do think the Meg is real, or what we're calling the Meg. But I think a lot of it was dragons.
Most of it, that's what I believe firmly, because I mean, I go with the Chinese calendar. Everything they have is a real animal except for the dragon. Like,
because there was also the pottery from the 1500s of people riding the small brontosaur into war like horses.
Yeah,
and you've got those same brontosaur allegedly in the Congo that people see.
Well, I mean, they could fully be real. I don't really buy into it. I believe what people see with their eyes, and you're right. People in the Congo seeing a brontosaurus type creature, but to label it as a dinosaur and that, the fossil fuels come from all these dinosaurs that died a long, long time ago, I don't buy into it. I really don't. It's something that was taught to us.
Yeah,
and
there's no.
They used to boost the prices of these things. Think about it. We went into this last place, not today, but Venezuela, and got all kinds of oil. Gas went up. Gas is higher.
Well, fossil fuels, that word, I mean, somebody theorized that that's what happens. I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of crazy that they're saying that a bunch of dead animals turned into oil.
Yeah.
Into petroleum oil.
Yeah.
Of course, animals put off oil, but it just sounds bizarre. Like that would be the case.
And here's the thing, Nick. Jurassic Park is more real to me than dinosaurs in antiquity, because Jurassic Park, humans designed and created those animals from frogs.
That's true. They also interpreted their genetic patterns in a lot of cases.
Yeah. Don't you remember that part? And what we do is we take the frog. Like, it's nuts. Those are good movies. I was actually thinking about watching that new one today. I seen it. I was like, I kind of like to watch.
There's a new one?
Yeah, it's called Jurassic Park Rebirth. It's got what's that girl's name?
Is it new or like last year new?
Last year new.
It was pretty good.
Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Yeah. I seen her on. I was like, yeah, we gotta watch this.
Let me see where we should go next. There's a couple Skinwalker videos that I grabbed. One of them's the original video. I think we touched on this a little bit last night. One of them's the original video, and then one of them is a girl talking about how they're redacting the word after Skinwalker. I don't know what they were trying to say, but apparently they're redacting things on TikTok now, and that's much different than just yeeting stuff like they used to before Palantir and Oracle and everybody else took over.
This link's broke. Let me try to fix it. Here we go. Got it.
That's the second one. Pull up the Pull the one below it up. I think that's the original. We go watch it first.
The OG.
Yeah.
All right.
Or I think. Yeah.
Dark, brunette or blonde, bro?
I don't know. I don't know. Just play one. We'll watch them both.
All right.
South Dakota woke up after a snowfall to find human footprints leading to the door of their house.
Look at those prints.
Right. Upon further investigation, the woman who lives at this house realized these footprints were pointing in opposite directions. Not two footprints of someone coming up to the house and then walking away. One foot pointing towards her house, while the other footprint points away from her house. Not creeped out enough? These aren't shoe prints. These are bare human footprints. She then decides to follow these weird footprints and see where they go. If you're thinking maybe don't do that, it's too late. She done did it.
Look how far apart they start to get it in some places.
Things going on as she's following these tracks, recording.
Look how far apart that stride is right there.
Sometimes there'll be like some deer tracks kind of intermingled along with these footprints. These footprints, again, one pointing one direction, the other foot pointing the opposite direction, will be spaced out pretty far. They'll be really close together and there's no animal tracks anywhere around. Call me crazy, but about halfway through, I swear one of those feet starts to look like a paw print while the other one still looks like a bare footprint. Don't know what that is. For a little bit, it looks like it's just 1 foot in the snow. Again, I don't know what these things are. To surprise absolutely no one, these people live out in the woods. As creepily as it all begins, she's literally following this to the very last footprint.
And this is where they end.
Also, very obviously like a flurry of like animal activity. You can see all these other little trails crisscrossing. None of those are footprints. This is the last footprint. At the very top of the screen, we're at the tree line. Looks like about like a 15-foot space between the last footprint followed by a flurry of like animal tracks and then the woods. And then she turns around one more time to then show you this whole track leading up to the door of her house. Maybe don't visit South Dakota. A couple in...
That's a Married to a Lunatic if you want to go follow her.
Do you remember the story about the... I mean, that ain't the first time footprints in the snow like that have happened. People thought it was the devil in the 1800s.
Yeah.
Because it walked up the side of a house and onto somebody's roof.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, there's so many creepy things out in the woods. When I went to get water today, actually, if people know I collect spring water, there was a cat that pulled up and me and him was talking about, how toxic our drinking water was. And then we got onto the subject of hearing things in the woods down there.
Yeah.
So it's untelling what's going on. I don't know. I don't know what that would be. It doesn't really strike me as Skinwalker. It could be.
It did definitely shape shifted, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But let's check out the follow up the other lady did.
All right. And this is Tiff's Ghost Talk.
Being redacted on the search bar. Lip gloss on so I can run this mouth. Now focus. Scary story time. So in case you haven't seen, there's this video of a woman from South Dakota that woke up from a snowstorm and she had found all of these footprints outside of her door. But the weird thing is the footprints are like this, like backwards. I'm going to put them up here, right here. Okay. So apparently people are saying that it's a doin'. I'd never heard of a doin'. A doin' is like this cryptid thing from Trinidad and Tobago. Its feet are on backwards. It's childlike. It has no face, wears a huge straw hat. But that's not the main concern for me. Look at this. Why are they redacting
How's that?
after the word Skinwalker? What?
Can you snip that out and make it bigger?
I can snip just about damn near anything.
Enhance.
Enhance. Let's see.
So this is what TikTok's doing now.
What's it?
It's literally redacting things. And I don't know what that's supposed to say. I don't know, because I kept seeing Skinwalker G.
They all end in the same letter. P. 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 I don't know.
Yeah. But anywho.
I think it's cute they use that color to redact, though.
The one I saw yesterday was white.
Oh no, that's... I want to smell like redacted. What do you want to smell like?
I don't know.
All right. All right, let's
Is there
finish.
something else that we don't know about that they don't want us to know about? So the lady in that video from South Dakota, she follows these footsteps and they just stop, which I wouldn't have followed them, but okay, she's brave. She follows them out, they stop. Now, some people are saying that it's actually like crossing back and forth and it's just like normal footsteps, but it's strange because they're bare feet. And even if that's the case, who's walking around barefooted and coming up to her door and then turning around and leaving? And why are they so small? And I don't know, which freaks me out because I did a video in the Fright Night Files about this kid seeing what he thought was a mimic in the house, trying to get him to go outside. But is this like what they're redacting? Is this a new thing? Have skinwalkers leveled up? Is this like Skinwalker 2.0? What is going on? I don't know. What do you guys think about it? But more importantly, why is this redacted? This bothers me more than aliens. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
All right, you can
Because
kill it.
mimics and skinwalkers.
Yeah, I don't get the whole point of redacted. Maybe we should do a live like test of this. Let's see.
Yeah, put in.
Skinwalker. Oh, it just pulls up video for me. It don't pull up a list. And why has it got a video of Nick standing with shirtless in the winter?
I don't know.
I'm just messing
We need to play that one. Do the dead human collagen. Do you see that one?
Yeah, I actually was hovering over that. Dead human collagen. I mean, that sounds like a good thing to me. Everybody can use a little extra collagen.
Wait until you see this lady. They're putting dead human collagen in her base.
Sweet. Donated collagen.
Human collagen, salmon sperm, and stem cell therapy injected into my face, all
Play that over again.
Who the hell thinks of these combinations? Oh, we need some
of
dead human
this
collagen
is-
and some salmon sperm. I bet that do it.
the result of getting unalived human collagen, salmon sperm, and stem cell therapy injected into my face all in one appointment because Korea. This was my experience at Girin in Gangnam. It's a full plastic surgery hospital with board certified surgeons and anesthesiologists, but I went to the skin clinic floor. It is a high volume clinic, so you start with a consult, pay, get a locker, wash your own face, like the usual with this kind of clinic. But unlike true assembly line clinics, every treatment was done in a private room, which I liked, and there was also a lot of language support. I came specifically for Re2O. It's the hottest new injectable on the Korea skincare scene. It's literally human collagen they get from donor cadavers. And I stacked that with Redron Healer, which is the
They say that.
skin booster, and toning lasers, plus a laughing gas add-on for the pain, all of which totaled $886. They did see me filming and offered to add stem cell therapy so I could show you. And I, of course, said yes. Stem cell therapy is so popular in Korea right now. So disclosure there. I did blood-derived stem cell therapy, but they do fat-derived too. They drew my blood down in the hospital part, spun it to concentrate growth factors, and then part of it was injected into my face, and the rest was delivered through an IV. Between the Re2O, Redron Healer, and stem cell therapy, it was a lot of tiny injections, resulting in this. But I'm excited to see how it goes to your face in Korea. This is the result of unalive human collagen, salmon sperm, and stem cell therapy injected into my face all in one appointment because Korea. This was my experience at Girin in Gangnam. It's a full plastic surgery hospital with board certified
Go
surgeons.
ahead, kill that.
I went to this.
I don't want to watch it
It
again.
is a
Oh my god. That's a good one, Nick. But
I mean, it's not wrong.
not wrong. That's exactly what it is. I
Nick's
don't-
got him on technicality here.
I mean, but yeah, what you said earlier was the suggestion that this is donor collagen is a little far fetched because, yeah, I imagine most of it is. But when there's a dollar price on things like this, and it's a high volume clinic, they're going to run out of donor collagen pretty quick.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to find some new donor collagen.
Well, you look up how many people go missing every year, and then there's all these clinics that do dead people stuff for enhancements or whatever.
Korea. So in 2024, there's about 50,000 reported cases of missing people in Korea. South Korea. This is only South Korea. We don't get the data from the
Well,
other one.
think about also like how skinny most Koreans are.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be tough to get enough like fat cells and collagen and everything like that.
Check this out. 25,171 children, 8,315 people with disabilities, and 15,836 of individuals suffering from dementia. Along with 121 cases remained local, with 64 children, 41 disabled, and 16 dementia patients. So 50,000 people, and the majority is children, individuals suffering from dementia, and people with disabilities. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's which, I mean, people with dementia, if they're not cared for properly, they do just walk off sometimes. I mean, it happens.
Hang on, let me remember what this video is about.
I think I need to go over there and get some of that collagen now. I'm starting to look a little rough, I think.
So there's one that's
Sounds
titled
like it sounds like I could just pay Nick $20 and he'd take care of it.
Yeah. There's one titled Military Crazy Story. It's in the vein of cryptids. And then maybe we could get into the Miami stuff after that.
Before I get off this, the name of that channel, if you want to go watch her get her face injected with stuff, it's called Lax to Luxury.
I think the handles are actually on screen too.
Yeah, they are. They are, but I won't call them out. Why not?
Call them out, Clarence. Good $20 is $20.
That's what I've always said. Let's see. Oh, this is Military Crazy Story.
Yeah, so this is kind of a cryptid story. This guy, it's firsthand. So
this is Rich E 724 RICHIEE 724.
Tonight we're patrolling, and the patrol is almost coming to an end. We've been out for about maybe 4 or 5 hours. That's usually the amount of time that we go out anyway when we go to patrol. So it's like the 3rd hour into this patrol, and we go into a civilian's house. It's a pretty large house, and it's overlooking this part of this desert, if you want to call it that, but it has like some palm groves in it. So we're on top of this rooftop, and my buddy number 2, he's like, yo, look at this. It's a guy bent over, and you can tell like he's digging or something. I said, what the fuck is he doing? I said, he must be planting an IED or something. He was like, hold on, let me look a little closer. So he does. He was like, I can't really make out what he's doing. So he fires a warning shot. I said, number 2, you gotta stop giving these motherfuckers these passes. So, long story short, I was carrying the M249, and I just passed it off to a younger Marine. So now I'm carrying the M16A4 again, with the ACOG, of course. So I zero in on his ass, and I shoot him in the chest. Bow. He falls over. I'm like, this is how you do it, number 2. Man, not even a couple seconds later, this motherfucker is back up, still fucking around on this ground, putting something in a hole. I said, hell no, not again. Number 2 is like, yo, man, what the fuck is up with these people that just won't die? I said, I don't know, but this motherfucker's dying right now. I take a shot. Bow. I hit him. Knocked the juice off his motherfucking head. That's the end of him. But when we go down there to searching, there's no one there. There's no blood, for entertainment purposes only. There's no red marks. There's not even no fucking footprints. But there's this black substance. Like, you ever see like black like blood that's like dried up, it turned brown, damn near black. That shit was everywhere, but there was no body. This shit still blows my mind. So in this,
What do you think about
Zombie.
that?
Zombie.
It
No, there's
almost sounds like a golem. Like
in a way. In a way, there are tales though, and there are tales of, like, you know how they were attempting to reanimation and things during the World War II with the painter and the other mustachioed man from from Asia over there.
yeah.
There are tales that they somewhat succeeded in that, using electrodes and things like this. It
Like
could
a
be,
Frankenstein situation.
yeah, except one juice don't do it. They basically run on batteries, like with with wires and shit all over them. So maybe something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but do you
What
think
else?
Iraq was using those? You know what I mean? Like terrorists or terrorists, you know what I mean? Like cave people.
Well, I mean, who trained them?
True. That's a good point. That's a
Yeah.
good point.
And the people that train them have access to all that good stuff. So, that's a scary one. And that's Richie724, and he is getting a follow from me. I know it's a big deal.
He's got some. He actually has more crazy stories on his channel too. That I just wanted to pull that one because it is in the vein of like cryptids. But I want to get into the Miami stuff. We haven't talked about Miami. The Miami Mall incident hasn't been talked about enough.
Well, everybody kind of forgot about it because it was just kids.
It was a blip in the news.
Yeah. Is this the portals?
What is it?
Have you seen the one where the video leaked of the portals opening?
I don't think so.
All right, we'll watch what you got, and I'll talk about what I'm talking about. All right.
I mean, it may be in here. I don't remember. These are leftover. We've had these forever.
So here's the situation. If you don't remember it, I don't remember when this happened. It's been years ago now. It might have been like 2020, 2021, right?
I don't think it was that long.
It's been a while. Let's see. Miami incident. Alien incident. Let's say that. Incident. How do you spell incident? Oh yeah, I forgot. There's nothing about that here. Oh yeah, it was March 11th, 2019.
No, it wasn't.
So
no, it wasn't.
What's this? Oh, you're muted or something.
I'm muted.
I can't hear you.
Stop sharing.
I can't hear you.
But can you hear me now?
I think the screen just got muted.
Because I'm not. If you're listening out there, can you hear me?
Okay. If you can hear Totally, let us know in the chat.
Because
we're having
Cecil's
issues. If you can't hear me, don't say anything in the chat.
I can hear you.
Let's go ahead and watch this real quick.
You can hear me, Nick?
You can hear Totally?
Yeah, I've got audio.
I can't hear him. Crap. I'm going to play this and I'm going to work on some stuff.
Okay. Thank you. I'm vindicated.
I really cannot hear him. I'm gonna play the video and then I'm gonna work on my stuff.
Rabbit hole, that shit scares the hell out of me. Because how is it that you can Google, you can search, you can ask ChatGPT what happened and nobody can tell you what happened? It's like whoever wiped this shit clean, wiped the whole internet clean. And for those of you that don't remember what happened, Bayside, Miami Mall, people said they seen large figures, 7 feet, 8 feet, 9 feet tall figures in this mall that came through a portal. Police was called. It was a whole lot of...
What are you doing? Technical difficulties, folks. Technical difficulties.
Videos.
No, now I can't hear the. Now we can't hear the video, Cecil. I don't know if you can hear me. We don't have any audio of any kind, and he has no idea. It is. He's having major ID 10Ts tonight. We never claim that he's the most technologically savvy person anyway. So, okay. Well, I guess until he gets back, I'll take over. Good Lord. Let me see. Yeah, he was muted after that. Let's see. Full screen it. Well, he's back. He's back.
I'm back and ready. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, groovy. Oops. That was my bad. I don't know what happened right there.
It just kept getting progressively worse.
Yeah. Let me buy a few $100 more worth of shit. Let's see if that helps.
Well,
are we going? Let's try the video.
Yeah, start it from the top because we didn't get to hear anything. You were playing the video. There's no audio, no nothing.
Sweet. That's the way I like it. Only me. All right.
Clean, wipe the whole internet clean. And for those of you that don't remember what happened, Bayside, Miami Mall, people said they seen large figures, 7 feet, 8 feet, 9 feet tall figures in this mall that came through a portal. Police was called. It was a whole lot of police there, mind you. But when the reports come out, they're saying that they came to the mall because of teenagers fighting. If you look at the footage of this shit, the footage that's still there, you'll see all of these damn police cars. Why would you send that many police calls just for teenagers fighting? Okay, went down a few rabbit holes. Videos that were up of people saying what they really seen are gone. So you telling me that people just made all this shit up? That's what you telling me? How the fuck is it possible for all this information to come out at one time? Videos, etc., etc., etc. And I'm going to say this is for entertainment purposes only. But there was videos on all platforms saying what these people saw. Now these videos are gone. I guess I'm the one tripping, right? Teenagers fighting does not mandate a whole police station to come to Bayside, Miami Mall. And if you don't believe any of this, go down the rabbit hole. I've made videos about this before. I'm still confused. I just do not understand how this shit happened and we know nothing about
it. Kind of reminds you of that man is not real.
Yeah, that's a EXXWSYG 585. But yeah, I mean, I remember when this happened. There was a lot of interviews of people that were in the mall that were like, they were 7 feet tall, lanky, just crazy stories like that. And it turned out to be a bunch of teenagers fighting.
It's weird that it was on January 1st too.
Yeah.
Like almost like think Y2K, like maybe parallel universes collided or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, man. Like, why would they go to Miami, Florida? But we'll play this other video, and I know I'm not going to be able to find the ones I've seen, so I'll just describe them to you.
Okay.
But this is coming up a lot more now. Nick just sent me something here. Explanation. We ain't looking for explanations, Nick. Oh, you motherfucker. I'll play that one. This is why people that watch the show shouldn't have our phone numbers, totally.
Sometimes you can't help it.
I'm just messing around. Uh, but but let's see what this fella right here in these cool glasses say. Bixby Films. Bixby Films, I've heard of that. What is that? I don't know.
I've heard of Big B Coffee.
Bixby Films.
Small incident. All right, number one, they literally sent all of the police in Miami that was available to the Bayside Mall. So the police chief announced a citywide 3, which means all available units need to respond to the call. They only do this when it's like an extreme situation, usually when officers are getting fired upon. So the official story is they got a call that 50 teenagers were rioting and setting off fireworks at the mall, and people thought it was an active shooter, which is pretty believable. But some of the eyewitnesses at the mall tell a different story. According to 10 or more witnesses, they described seeing 9 or 10 foot creatures roaming through the mall. They were described as almost like humanoid, but kind of distorted looking, like they were glitching. A few of the witnesses said that they came out of one of the stores, and others said it looked like some kind of portal. And when people saw that, that's when they panicked and started running and booking it through the mall. And some of the witnesses said that police officers were even shooting at them. Witnesses said there was black helicopters circling the mall and that air traffic in that area was locked down. And there was also reports that people using police scanners to listen in, that those lines went down as well. Now, it hasn't been confirmed that the police scanner lines went down, but if anyone did experience that was there, definitely let me know. And it's not been 100% confirmed that the air traffic was stopped in that area, but there were black helicopters that were from the police station, officially. Apparently, police were going up to witnesses and making them erase any photos or videos in their phone. There was a British lady that had been living in Miami for 3 years that
It's not over, Larry.
cell phone taken, and they deleted clips and then gave it back to her. She said she didn't really want to argue with the police because they're different here in America compared to where she's from. So again, whether that's true or not, that's not 100% confirmed. And number 4, there was reports of the 9-foot creature outside of the mall and the police surrounding it, and there was even cell phone footage. So here's a clip, and from this angle, it does look like something giant is walking right there, which is pretty crazy. But from, well, still that angle, yeah, that definitely looks like a giant creature.
That's huge, dude.
It definitely kind of looks like 3 different officers because that's their official explanation. But from this angle, that looks like one creature. What do you guys think? And in part 2, we're going to talk about some more weird facts and the official explanations for them.
So Nick sent what he thinks is the official explanation. I'll go ahead and play a little bit of that. It's a good find, Nick.
Bibble is a space creature that lives very far away in a galaxy called Nebulon 5. And he is solely responsible for the wave of technology we've seen over the last few decades.
That's pretty much what we're hearing, though.
That's exactly what's happening, unfortunately, anymore. But I mean, I think Larry just did the thing that I used to do when I used to go to people's parties. Like, oh, the party's almost over. Oops. I'm just messing with you, Larry. But the videos I seen was people were releasing videos now. Who knows though with AI if it's real or not? But like they have videos of the parking garage and stuff where portals are opening.
I never saw those.
Yeah, it's probably AI because I didn't see those before now. But even without AI, when this happened, the big thing was this whole thing that he just showed. The helicopters flying over, those were not teenagers. Like they wasn't teenagers. If they were, I don't know. Like they were teenagers from a different like plane of existence.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to say. That story went away really fast, but I never really heard of any repercussions. Like I've not heard a lot about, the law enforcement that was there or any witnesses like in mass disappearing or anything. Have you?
No.
If any of you all have, please let us know. But yeah, I've not heard much about that. So it's really hard to say. Maybe they got neuralized,
Yeah. I mean, the tech companies are doing some pretty crazy stuff with brain frequencies and everything else. Who knows at this point?
Yeah.
What's up, Alan? I think we should get into let's go Do you see the one that says crazy Palantir meeting?
Crazy.
And then we're going to roll down the AI list, and then we're going to get into some old world stuff.
Groovy. But Alan and I was actually talking on Facebook for a couple messages earlier right before the show. I don't check Facebook except for like an hour before we get on here. Do you think what's your stance right now? Because I keep going back and forth on this whole thing, on if like Bigfoot has cloaking, if it's paranormal, or if he's a physical being. Where's your standpoint right now, Tully?
I think it's a physical being with cloaking technology, like a natural camouflage, like think Predator. Not to say that, just like with humans, when humans die, there's plenty of ghosts. So there could be ghost scenarios too. But I like Steven's theory that cryptids are left over from the time of the Watchers. That they're bastards of bastards of bastards of Nephilim or Anunnaki, whatever you want to call them.
That makes sense. I don't know, man. I always go back and forth. I go back from it just being a primate that's left over to it being a paranormal creature of some kind.
I've seen too many Predator-esque videos all over the United States where it's like that light bending technology. Not technology, but light bending camouflage.
Huh? All right, let's watch this next video. Let's see.
Which one's this?
Oh
yeah.
Volunteer.
Listen at this.
Thing I've ever heard a chief executive officer of a company say before. This is Palantir Technologies chief executive officer Alex Karp, and they were having like a shareholders meeting.
This is who's embedded with our military, by the way.
The shareholders. Listen to this.
Alex, as always, we have a lot of individual investors on the line. Is there anything you'd like to say before we end the call?
We're doing it. We're doing it. And I'm sure you're enjoying this as much as I am. Let's not talk to analysts about the burden of being right, our burdens of investing in ontology, our burdens of actually looking at the math, the burden of reading what the rule of 40 is, the burden of being honest about what an enterprise software company is, or the burden of explaining to your friends that you're really happy. Maybe we should just stop talking about it. I'm very happy to have you along for the journey, and you are partners for us. Every Palantirian, we are crushing it. Everyone else who's listening, we are dedicating our company. We have dedicated our company to the service of the West and the United States of America, and we're super proud of the role we play, especially in places we can't talk about. And we love our success in the U.S. and globally. Also, we are doing in the United Kingdom and many other places. Palantir is here to disrupt and make the institutions we partner with the very best in the world. And when it's necessary, to scare enemies and on occasion kill them. And we hope you're in favor of that. We hope you're enjoying being a partner, and we're really happy and very, very focused on what we're doing. Thank you for your time.
When was the last CEO call you heard where they were talking like that?
I mean, I can't say I wouldn't talk like that if I was a CEO. That wouldn't be the content of my discussion, I don't think. That was Kagan Dunlop. But yeah, I ain't got much to say about that.
Yeah. Let's start ripping down let's see, that's the Palantir one.
Break down the walls. That's Seth.
Let's start ripping down the AI company list.
Mandy's in there watching her wrestling. I was on there. Seth Rollins had showed up yet. Has he?
No.
Oh, you upset about that?
Yeah.
All right. But so the AI companies.
Yep. So this is a compilation mostly of crazy stuff that these AI tech executives are saying on a regular basis.
Need you to understand that it's a scam, that Sam Altman does not care about a social network. He just wants scans of your face and eyeballs. Your biometric data is your most sensitive and identifiable information about you. And he wants it so that he can sell it to the US government and use it to train his AI softwares to make them better. And the selling point that it's going to be human made, no bots are going to be allowed on the platform, is a scam. Social media platforms love having bots. They could get rid of about 90% of them tomorrow, but they don't because it drives discourse, it drives engagement, and makes them money. And I haven't even gotten to the digital ID aspect of this because him and companies alike are walking you towards being okay with giving up all of your personal data to then be surveilled and censored on everything because you already give your facial scans to Apple for Face ID. Why not give ChatGPT your facial scans and retinal scans? And then now we know who you are. Why not just make a digital ID? We already have the information. We'll just make it for you. I'm seeding your mind. You will not listen to him. He just wants to make money off of you and give you nothing in return. It is literally just bread and circus. Don't do it.
Similar to like Nick said, $20 is $20. This guy's name is Peter is Peter. So go check him out.
Peter is Peter.
Peter is Peter. But yeah, I agree with that 100%. I
agree, Nick. These just keep getting crazier, by the way. Like that was probably maybe like one of the most vanilla ones on the list.
Vanilla.
And now they're doing all that in the guise of child safety.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get your driver's license, trying to get your fingerprints, trying to get your face.
Which, this is where I have a moral stand. Like, this is where my morals kind of drift because
we know that they don't care about that, though.
We know they don't care about that, but if it helps with that,
go to kids' YouTube and start watching videos.
Yeah, I know.
Like if they cared about child safety, they would just not let children make profiles.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But I'm a kid. When I was a kid, I played all the horrible games. You know what I mean? But the games now are online, and there are predators everywhere. So should we just not let kids play games till they're 18?
Well, I think that's the job of the parent to decide.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the job of Google to decide whether your kid needs to provide your driver's license to be able to play the game. I think that's a personal decision. It's like it's personal sanctity.
Yeah.
It's just like the AOL chats, Discord. Discord now is requiring driver's license. And you know what? If the kid's on Discord, that means the parent is either negligent or letting it happen. But it is the parent's decision to make, not Google's or Discord's or Reddit or YouTube.
But I mean, think about how kids are. Like, parents can't monitor kids 24/7.
But they can take precautions. You know what? If you have a mischievous child, they don't get a phone.
Yeah, that's true.
It's easy. It doesn't have to be, we need every piece of data that you have to play Roblox or whatever.
Yeah. I tried to put my ID that I got in middle school for one of my things, so Mandy wouldn't realize that if they had a leak, I was on that website. They wouldn't take it. They wouldn't take it. That's bullshit. I had to put my real ID, so now I'm fucked. But anyway, this is the next one.
I'm not doing any of that.
Bible. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm going to show you. Elon Musk vows orbital data centers experts doubt. So he's all about rockets and things of that nature and AI, right? After him, Elon the Zebulonite judged Israel, and he judged Israel 10 years. Then Elon the Zebulonite died and was buried at Aijalon in the land of Zebulon. Aijalon means to watch everything. AI. So now he merged his rocket company with his AI startup. They built ships to go to Tarshish, which is the outer darkness. In Jonah, when judgment fell, Jonah tried to get on a ship to go to Tarshish. and the files. They built the high places of Baal in the valley of Son of Hinnom to offer up their sons and daughters to Moloch, though I did not command them, nor did it enter into my mind that they should do this abomination. They sacrificed their sons and daughters to demons. They poured out innocent blood, the blood of their sons and daughters, whom they sacrificed to the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. So this was the territory of the Canaanites in ancient times. This is where modern day Israel is located. Epstein and all of these monsters are either highly associated with Israel or they are from Israel. What merging with AI could mean for humanity. So this is talking about the city of AI, the king of AI, and all of the people of AI. It's literally called AI. All of the AI people went after the Christians. So if you want to know what comes after God gives AI into the hands of the people, a group of cunning Canaanite guys called the Gibeonites, who I think is modern, like the fake version, lie about who they are, and Joshua accidentally makes a peace covenant with them. And
I wish
because
Stephen
God
was
is
on.
a just judge, he has to honor it because that's just his nature. So, something to think about. When people say not everything.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I was looking at the comments. I guess what I'm saying is like to Cecil's argument, because Cecil's argument is that
it's hard.
Kids are going to be kids. Like they're going to find a way to access these things. And what I'm saying is if you've put in all the parental controls and they're still finding a way around it, you know what? When you get home from school, your phone's going in a box.
Yeah.
And then when you go to where you need to go, take the phone back. It's just like we used to be punished as kids. Like you'd get stuff took away all the time. And when computers came along, you'd get your computer took as a teenager. You know, it's no different, but it is to the point where, you know, I think that parents have forgotten that we didn't grow up with phones like that in the school. And that's why I don't understand that, Larry. Like I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't understand people being like they absolutely have to have their phone.
Well, everybody's terrified now that, you know, every school is going to get shot up or something. So they want the kid to have phones so they can get in communication with them if something crazy like that happens. I kind of get the fear. And the fear is being pushed and propaganda, and it's propaganda that's pushed out across, you know, every TV station. But the truth is we do have more of that happening now than we did when we were kids. And that's, I don't know, that's a mental health issue. It's hard to say. Yeah, I'm 42, so yeah.
Well, and
I'm 40 as well. I don't want to age myself, but
yeah, I mean, we're all around the same age.
Yeah.
Just, you know, we all were born and went to school before cell phones became predominant. So, like in school,
I thought cell phones were the devil, and I didn't buy one until I was 22.
I didn't have a cell phone until I was in my 20s. Yeah.
And honestly, at this point, I think I was right. I wish I would never bought one. Yeah. But we wouldn't be sitting here chilling and talking with you great people if cell phones weren't around. So
You're not too old, Landa.
The way I lived as a teenager, Landa, I'm much older.
I'm just saying that all of us existed before these problems existed.
I think it would be cool if there was a, like, let's make kids live in the Stone Age until they're 13 or 14 years old, like we did. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, you know, if like IQ starts going down, like with Chat GPT and stuff, that may very well be a new, like, adopted practice. You know, like you've got to live to a certain age before you get access to these, you know, online genies that you can just ask anything to.
dude, I would have never in my life, when I was 13, 14 years old, thought that I'd have access to any information I wanted in the world except, you know, the truth about a lot of things. Like, because when the internet first came out, it was the wild fucking west. You could find anything you wanted.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Your results wasn't throttled. We showed a video a long time ago where a guy disproved, you know how Google always says you have 1 billion results or whatever?
Mhm.
It's more like you have 2 pages, and the 2 pages keep repeating.
Yeah. And I don't know, man, like the phone technology, I love technology. I thrive on it, but it's moved from being just a cool trinket and gadget to a control mechanism. It's so nuts.
You
And it's
can't do
hard,
anything without it, and
and I love technology. Like when there's a new gadget comes out, I'm like, ooh, that's so cool. I read all the specs about it, and like, and I just
Jenny!
We've been waiting on you.
Hey! Oh my God. We've been wondering about you. I'm so glad that you're alive.
Yeah. But Jenny's back, everybody. Sweet. But we I don't know. I love technology, but it's getting too far. Snow days. You're right. It has been cold as shit. That's right. But let's get back to the videos. We're still on the AI kick, and we'll go off a little bit. Let's see.
Because they put it in everything, but it's just actually a bunch of people driving Waymos in the Philippines. It's like Amazon's Just Walk Out thing that they did, but it was just like 1,000 Indians abroad that were like watching you on cameras and charging you. And now all the cars that are driving around California are just people in the Philippines driving it around. Like the chief safety officer testified to this. And it's like, these people don't even have licenses. No offense. I'm just saying, our roads are regulated. You have to go to the DMV to get a license. We're so fucked. AI is crazy because they put it in.
There is no way that they are letting people in other countries remotely drive these cars, is there? These Waymos?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
How do I get that job, man? That would be so sweet. Just sit here all day with a controller, be like, where you want to go? Not have to talk to anybody. Shit.
I got a summary of something that I wanted to point out. Let me make this big. So, Sam Altman, the Chat GPT dude, they've made or secured $110 billion in funding as of February 2026. They have projected losses of $140 billion between 2024 and 2029. And they have infrastructure projects secured costing up to $1.4 trillion over the next 8 years. And here's what he says about it. When you listen to him, he says, don't worry about this. Because their goal is to get ChatGPT and OpenAI so involved in the United States infrastructure that it's like the Venom, like Venom from Spider-Man, to get it so intermingled with society that you literally can't rip it out. And once they do that, even though they have $1.4 trillion versus $110 billion in actual funding, these numbers don't matter anymore because you know that they already print money. And if they're that involved to where, like, let's say they're involved in critical infrastructure or our military, which they already are through Palantir, the government will just bail them out. Long story short. And it doesn't matter. These are just numbers on a book. These numbers are fake.
Yeah.
Their goal is to get so intermingled with us, our minds, our infrastructure, our dependency on it, and the data centers that they're building. Everything's in place. It's never going away. And it will be here, like it'll be just a part of society that you will never be able to get rid of.
Here very soon. You see, when you open your phone, you have all these apps. Here very soon, when you open your phone, it is literally going to be a black screen with a little dot that talks to you. And you can be like, hey, can you open my cameras? Can you open my security cameras? Hey, can you open up my pictures? And you're not going to have to even push buttons anymore. I think when we get to that point, it's already integrated itself into us too much. And like I said, I love technology. I use AI. I'm polluting the rivers. I'm doing it myself. I'm one of the
Cecil uses a lake's worth of water generating sexy calendar pictures of
exactly
himself.
because they're fucking hilarious. But I could draw those too. It just takes me longer. So I don't know. Maybe that's my protest. Maybe I need to stop using it to make funny pictures and go back to drawing them. But man, it takes so long. And that's the thing. We don't want to put in the time and effort to create something. And it's so much easier. They're making it so much easier.
Yep.
For us. It's weird.
Jenny, I'm so happy that you're back.
I am too.
It's a nice warm-ish day, but we're supposed to get some good weather coming up.
Yeah, Landon brought you up the other day, and me and Tully was talking about you before wondering where you was the other day too, before show.
You should put that on your title, Cecil.
I don't mean to be. It's just easy. It's easier, and I'm naturally lazy. So that's my fault. Let's see this one.
System which you call kill chain.
Privately. Publicly, the lawyers have some innocuous say something like tech for the amelioration of unwanted blah, blah, blah. For me, it's the kill chain.
Kill chain sounds good.
Kill chain isn't an original term created by Palantir. It's the more general military verbiage for the series of decisions leading from identifying a target to taking their life. Palantir's contract added their software and artificial intelligence to the kill chain.
It's quicker and better and safer and more violent.
It reduces the distance you have to the problem, but when you're able to take a step back and really see the actual application of these technologies, your whole world starts falling apart, which is something that, definitely happened to me.
Juan didn't leave Palantir entirely for ethical reasons. He just got another job. But the reason he eventually started speaking out against Palantir came after watching the Israeli invasion of Gaza following the October 7th attacks. Palantir has contracts with the Israeli Defense Forces. The exact nature of the contracts is opaque, intentionally, but there is evidence to suggest that Palantir's artificial intelligence tech was used for selecting targets in Gaza. Karp doesn't mind the controversy. In fact, it's part of the marketing.
We are very comfortable being unpopular.
Palantir works with health insurance companies to build AI for denials management to protect revenue.
Do you want Palantir's AI making decisions about what care is covered for you and your loved ones?
And what we do is we use what legal scholars call predicate-based research. So we would look at you, and then we would go out and say, oh, there's lots of different things in your life that may be indicative of someone involved in bad behavior.
Put simpler, they make software that makes it easier for their customers to collect and analyze data, and then act on that analysis. By 2013, 10 years after their founding, Palantir's client list included the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the Marines, the Air Force, Special Operations Command, and more. Palantir already has contracts with the IRS, going through taxpayer data to save auditors time by finding the easiest audits to pursue. That's all of your financial information. And they have multiple contracts with the Department of Health and Human Services. HHS's core responsibility is Medicare and Medicaid. That's control over millions of Americans' health records and their access to healthcare.
As we kind of increasingly live in a simulated world, we move closer towards governance by algorithm. But more importantly, subject to decisions made by the people who are influencing these AI systems in order to fulfill an agenda for whatever their profit-seeking or control-seeking objectives are.
I mean, and what Nick said is, it's amazing for collecting data and sorting data. And here's the crazy thing. ChatGPT is on its 5th version now. You know who programmed the 5th version of ChatGPT?
Probably itself.
ChatGPT programmed the 5th version. Yeah. So it's already gotten to the point where it's no longer needs us to build upon itself.
Yeah, I agree, Larry. And that's the same dude that was talking about the dude that was talking about kill swarms was also talking about killing people a while ago. That's who's involved in all of our government and the IRS and medical. I saw your question about the water though. The new data centers they put one in across from a couple we watched a video of. They have 0 water pressure in their house. And what it's doing is they're taking all the water now in the newer ones, and they're using the water in closed loop systems, a massive amount of water.
Mhm.
So they're still in the water essentially. And the water stays in these closed loop systems within the data center that just constantly spins.
Yeah, but unless they're filtering that water, they're going to eventually dump it, and they're going to take new water. So
And who knows? Like, who knows what that will hold? Like, we're in uncharted territory.
yeah, the EPA is not going to be like, you need to make sure that everything's removed from this water before you pump it back into the ecosystem. They're not going to do that because it's $1 billion corporation. And as Bill Gates came out recently and said, global warming ain't really that big of a deal anymore. Climate change. So, I mean,
which is hilarious.
Which is hilarious. Yeah. Maybe they could distill it. More than likely, it's going to be the same situation I am where I live, where you have a boil water advisory every single day. Make sure you boil your water. I'm living in Flint, Michigan.
The people across the road from one of the data centers, whenever their water pressure went low from them pumping all the water, their water also turned like rusty. Because if you think about, usually the water's like whooshing through everything. And if you decrease that, if there is sediment and other things in there, it's going to like drudge that stuff up. And they were pouring glasses of water that just look like rust.
Oh, this is a personal thing. And this is where I live at in Kentucky. I ran into a guy collecting water today. Speaking of water, I don't know if I talked about him on the show or not, but maybe it was before, but we got to talking. Oh, I did.
Yeah.
But we talked for a while because it takes like 15 minutes for a 5-gallon thing to fill up, and I got a bunch of 5 gallons. And he was telling me that he works for a company that sells water dispensers, and they have to test like pH level and stuff like that. And he lives right down the road, and he's like, the water that comes out of our tap, he's like, for it to be within a safe level, it has to be 30 or under. He's like, our water's at 150. I was like, that explains why my kidneys were jacked up before I started drinking spring water. He's like, yeah, you don't want to drink it. Yeah. And the water we collect though is too. So as of right now.
Well, when the time comes that we migrate back, that's where I'll be getting my water too.
Yeah. He said the one in Oneida is pretty good. He said he used to go over there. He's like,
really?
He said it's pretty good too. The one right off of the Parkway though, probably not the best one. All right, let's go.
Chips surgically implanted into the brain, enabling people like Nolan here to reconnect to the world. So you were paralyzed from the neck down.
Yeah, and for about 8 years, I was trying to find some purpose in my life.
And then
I just want to say really quickly, I don't want to take away what this technology means for somebody like Nolan, right? I'm not paralyzed from the neck down. People with ALS and with these kinds of really traumatic injuries and lack of mobility in their body, like this technology means a lot to them, and it does a lot to them. And so
that
my
dude
ragging on Neuralink is not, I don't want to take that away from Nolan. I just wanted to say that.
That guy right there, this fella right here, there is something off about that fucking guy.
I agree. I agree. He blew up too fast, dude. He's called Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
And that guy is just weird. I don't even know why kids like him.
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie, I watched his videos. They were entertaining videos. Maybe he just had a good hook. But yeah.
Neuralink, and what does that change?
Anything?
Huh?
He blew up too fast.
Well, he had a good business strategy behind it, and he got into YouTube when YouTube was new. So yeah, it's completely possible he started off legitimately. But we'll see.
Anyone can do on a computer, I can do.
And he literally does it by using only his brain. You are currently moving that with your thoughts.
Yeah.
Not the
man.
superimposed
I want to see you
computer
send a
screen.
text with your brain.
Okay.
His hands are paralyzed, but we're going to film them so you can see they're not moving. And using the neurons firing in Nolan's brain, Neuralink can translate those signals into movements. He just typed hi with his mind. Is this not crazy to anyone else? But that's not all he can do. So you just think left, and you're about to turn left.
Left, right, don't die.
No,
there we go.
He absolutely crushed us playing with only
I
his.
have to say, I really hate that Elon Musk uses Mario Kart so much. Tell me that this is not like signaling to kids, right? Teenagers, tweens, even. And I just have to say, the framing of this is grotesque, right? The wrapping of this, rather, the $1 versus $1 billion futuristic tech, it flattens the distinction between a flying car and experimental brain surgery. Like, oh, this is like getting a new cool iPhone, the latest tech. Don't you want this 15-year-old watching my videos? Like, Jesus Christ.
I agree.
Mr. Beast literally is trying to build a demand amongst healthy 15-year-olds for this elective brain surgery.
But also the body for people like Kai, a 12-year-old.
Okay, so I think that's
born
all
without-
for Neuralink.
Can not only help the mind, but
So what Mr. Beast isn't telling you and won't tell you is that 85% of the threads, the electrodes in Nolan's head retracted after his first surgery. There's no conversation about the retraction of those threads. Sources familiar with the company, Neuralink, meaning and neurology and the medical field, have theorized that this is possibly due to pneumocephalus, which is when too much air is accidentally caught in the skull when you're doing surgery, and that can cause potentially the brain
What
to
are you
shift
doing?
around and thread retractions and
Oh.
all of that, which is pretty scary. And I think what bothers me most about this is the asymmetry of it. You know, Mr. Beast gets content and Musk gets the marketing, and, you know, Nolan gets to be the sympathetic face of it. And all of these millions of viewers, these young boys and girls who are watching this, get a version of the story with all of the uncomfortable parts sanded off. It's a sterilized version of the reality of this kind of surgery. And it's presented by somebody they trust, like Mr. Beast, you know, in a format that's designed to feel fun and inspirational and aspirational. And look at how cool you'll be if you do this. You can beat me in Mario Kart. And this is just, it's sick. This should not be allowed.
I agree, Larry.
Here's the thing, like, there's good in everything, but there's also really bad in a lot of things. And I fully support, you know, things like developing new things that help people walk again, that help people
Again, it's coming in under the guise of help or
Exactly.
like safety.
Exactly.
Like the child safety thing, it's coming in under the guise of let's help people who are quadriplegic. Absolutely. I don't think anybody's arguing with that.
I know, but everything like this usually gets bought up by some crazy ass motherfucker that wants to use it for something insane. Like, I don't know, man. It's a moral dilemma because yeah, it's going to help a lot of people, but at the end of the day, at the end of the cycle, at the end of everything, what's it going to look like? You know,
Crazy.
It's scary stuff.
It's going to look crazy.
Yeah, Mr. Beast. Yeah, Mr. Beast is weird though. I don't know. He's weird. Let's see. Let's read through some comments here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. We unplug the web.
You guys are cooking in the comments tonight.
Oh yeah. Keep on cooking. Let's move on to this next video here. Let's see. Oh, totally forgot to unmute it.
Being alive, I would never harm myself in any way, and I am not planning on disappearing anytime soon. I have already tried to film this video once before, and this is what happened to it, which actually genuinely really freaks me out given the content of the video I was making, which I'm just going to say again in this video right now, and let's see how it goes. I am not a conspiracy theorist, but I do have a conspiracy theory that I am now actually terrifyingly more confident in. I'm going to tell you the theory because I'm not much of a detective, and so I would like the internet to do what the internet does. So my entire life, we've heard stories about how the government is always watching and listening to us through the phones and microphones in our devices, which
Is that a conspiracy?
It's not.
Yeah.
It used to be though.
To degree.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a thing.
For years, we were told that that was a conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you had Snowden come out that says, "Oh, they actually are listening to you," and now it's just kind of evolved into
Yeah.
they're doing everything. They're listening to us right now. I mean, it's just the way it is. That's life now.
We know they have the ability to listen in on specific people if they choose to. However, the infrastructure required to collect all of that data
That's crazy, Jenny.
simultaneously, and then the number of people that you would need to hire on to analyze all of that data, it's more human beings than exist on Earth. It's an exponential problem, right? For every single person that you surveil, you need so many more people to surveil them, even if you're doing it electronically. The TLDR version of that is that the government can listen to you and watch you through your devices. However, they probably aren't at any given period of time, unless you are a person of interest. Which leads me to AI, because stop and think about how dumb AI has been. Every single app and device has become noticeably worse since the implementation of AI, which would make some degree of sense if it was proving to be any kind of profitable for these companies, but it isn't. Not only is it not currently profitable, there is no roadmap to ever make it profitable. Even in the height of their promises, where it could replace basically all the workers in the economy with AI robots and machines, even that, it doesn't become profitable because all of the products that these companies make still need to be bought by someone. And if all the workers are laid off, we don't have money to buy anything, which again makes everyone in the government and the private sector who keeps pushing for AI technology look fucking insane, because there's no way it will ever benefit average people's lives. Not only that, it won't even give the people who own these things what we imagine they are after, which is profit. However, that presupposes that their only goal is profit. But what if it isn't? What if their goal is power? What if the implementation of AI has nothing to do with revolutionizing the economy and everything to do with perfecting the surveillance state? Because sure, I'm not a dangerous enough person day to day in order to have a team of analysts focus in on the things that I'm doing and saying when I'm just hanging out at home. However, if they had an AI algorithm listening in on my devices all day, every day, and just sitting there flagging when it thinks I'm saying something particularly salacious towards those in charge, then it's a lot easier to turn over those, flags, those little moments over to analysts who could actually decide if it's worth acting on. It doesn't negate the analysts, it doesn't negate the people who actually have to interpret the data, but it does allow them to sift through much, much more data without the hassle, meaning it actually becomes economical for them to literally always be watching through your camera and listening through your microphone. Essentially, all of the infrastructure required to be able to do this is already in place. We already have devices with cameras and microphones on them, but also even our TVs can listen in using their speakers
Yeah.
as makeshift microphones. And because everything is connected to Wi Fi, a theoretical AI algorithm could reach everything, especially if it is built in by the tech companies with pre approval from the government to do this without telling the consumer. Suddenly, it doesn't matter if you are a person of interest. They have the ability and the resources to listen to every single thing you do and say, which means the billions, if not trillions of dollars they are investing in AI infrastructure is actually worth it, because it doesn't matter if they make less money in the long run. If they guarantee their spots at the top of the pyramid, ruling us all, it's well worth the investment. But like I said, I'm just connecting the dots. I don't have direct evidence of any of this. However, I think this thought makes sense. And I think if enough of the people out there who actually have skills in looking into stuff like this look into stuff like this, I'm willing to bet this is the plan. And once again,
You know,
Shit. You want to hear something crazy related to this?
Sure.
Okay. You know how all the restaurants, all the like Five Guys and I don't know, even Wendy's at this point, you know those pop machines that have all the different pops in them and it's got the touch screen on it?
Yeah.
The next time you're in a restaurant that has a touchscreen pop machine, look above where you press the touchscreen and there'll be a little dot.
It's camera.
That dot is a camera
Mm-hmm.
and they are tracking your choices and connecting you through metadata, especially if you are on their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I mean, man, at this point, you know, there's a quote from a Roman poet from like 100 or something BC or something like that, and it was similar to like, give them bread in circuses, and what that was meant for was if you give them bread in circuses, keep them fat, keep them happy, keep them entertained, then you can gain your political control. I miss that. Bring that back. Keep me fat, keep me happy, and do whatever the fuck you want to do behind the scenes. They're not even trying anymore.
No.
Especially with AI. Like I said, I use it. So I'm 100% being a hypocrite here.
You know, Jenny, I was actually talking about that the other day. Just all of this is making way, like all the divisiveness and everything else. It's making way for the scariest figure in human history to take control of a country.
Yeah.
It may not be this country.
Mm-mm.
It may be, but all it's going to take is someone saying the right thing and they get control and it's going to be super bad.
Yeah.
For everybody.
And like, I don't know. I don't understand the whole
Landa, you're goofy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the point of all this is.
Larry's got a good point. It is extremely difficult to hide these days because it also affects them for us to have cameras.
Yeah.
But we've seen that if it's bad enough, they can straight up do blackouts of cell phones.
100%. And I don't agree. Like, why can't we do these things and not be nefarious? I don't understand what if you have power already, where's the need to have more power?
I'm not seeing any, and maybe if you all are out in the ether today on the internet, you've seen this. I've not seen many point of view for as many cell phones that exist. I've not seen many point of view angles of what happened today in Iran other than news media.
Well, I don't know if do they have a lot of cell phones in Iran?
Yes.
Do they though? Like,
yeah,
they should be on some. They would be on some kind of like blackout, wouldn't they?
I mean, their government may be doing it, but do you think our government wants to see us bombing children? You know what I mean? Like, I think there's probably a blackout on what you're seeing. Like, that's coming through some kind of filter for sure.
The mobile phone lines have been cut in parts of eastern and western Tehran. Internet connectivity has weakened in some areas, according to reports. So they're saying that all the bombings and everything has taken out the mobile network and weakened severely the internet infrastructure that they had.
You see what Larry said? It makes sense that you would see some stuff out of Dubai.
Yeah.
Really,
No.
Larry? I'm reading your comment about the cherries. That's interesting. I'll have to ask my friends. That's just never been a topic of conversation. But I have people that I could ask.
I never thought about that.
I'll report back, Larry.
I've never thought about
to see if that's a regional thing.
Oh, I don't like cherries. Ugh. I don't like cherries.
I like
either.
cherry stuff.
You would.
but you know what I don't like? That everybody oh my God.
What?
So I've been talking to
Yeah.
one of our good friends about what happened today.
Do you respond?
He just says, I offered to send him everything, like from that
Yeah.
episode.
Tell him to call in.
And he just said, one of the senators just said exactly what I did. Now other countries will think twice about things. There's people, I'm telling you, there's real people who are just watching the news and being like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, yeah, they needed our help. They needed saving. They weren't good 6 months ago.
I mean, I could. Everybody is allowed their own culture. I don't like the idea of people being murdered for no reasons and things of this nature. I don't like the idea of concentration camps either. I don't like the idea of modern day slavery. I don't like the idea of militia groups roaming into villages and killing families and taking children and raising them to be, monsters essentially. But it's not our job as American citizens or American government to roam into other countries continuously and
on behalf of other people.
obliterate countries. Now the foreign aid, I'm not big on that either. But if a place is hit with a tsunami or something and the people need a little cash, why not? That's not what we do.
Every time I look at the paycheck and 40% comes out for all of this stuff, your 40% just bomb the hell out of a country today.
And the thing is,
I mean, would you rather have the 40% or do you care enough about Iran to have billions of dollars be dropped onto the ground?
Well, it's not even the 40%. It's the 40% they take out of my check. It's the 6% I spend at the grocery store out of the money
taxes.
Taxed. And if I decide to get fast food, it's the 6 plus 3% sales tax at a fast food place in Kentucky. It's
your
the
property taxes every year, your car taxes, depending on what state you live in.
It's the fact that I've already paid thousands of dollars in taxes, and I up my taxes. And when I finally filed taxes, because me and my wife, we filed the last day because we know we're going to have to pay them thousands of more dollars.
Landa, that is an excellent point. Like, just because you see people celebrating, you think about the craziest people of any society, you're going to have people celebrating regardless of who gets killed. We do not support political violence of any kind. And regardless of which, if you are part of the political system, we are not. But if you are, and you find yourself celebrating somebody like assassinated or killed in the name of politics, there's something terribly wrong with your thought mechanisms, your reasoning mechanisms at that point. You need to turn the TV off.
Yeah.
But we keep getting sucked back into that.
Yeah, I'm not. We said we weren't going to talk about it anymore, but man, it's such infuriating. It's so infuriating because
it is infuriating, especially when I get texts from friends being like, "They needed us." I'm like, "What are you?"
Well, who makes the decision on if they need us? Did they write a bunch of letters saying, "Please come help us," or did we
all the way out of here with that?
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, of course, yeah. The way that they treat their women and stuff is not right. But I mean,
stone cold facts. In the 50s, our CIA was in Iran and destabilized their government.
Oh yeah,
which made room for the regime change.
Yeah.
Before Operation Ajax, it looked like the Western civilizations. Pull up a picture of Iran, pre Ajax.
Let's see.
We created that problem.
This is in 1967. Let me just go ahead and pull this up. This is what life in Iran looked like in 1967. Very similar to what we have here. And it seems like there's a creation of a boogie. Oh, I didn't show it. It seems like there's a creation of a boogeyman that has to happen some way. And when you dive into it deep enough, it's always us. It's always it's always an alphabet agency. Chester murder, conspiracy, Chester murder, Chester conspiracy.
And this was
1967.
This would have been part of what George Bush Sr. I think it would have been part of his accolades as, you know, when he was involved in those agencies, even before it was called the CIA.
Mm-hmm.
But we destabilized that region. Not we, the agencies destabilized that region because they thought that one group would have been better than the other. And whenever the revolutionaries saw that, revolution happened. It'd be like if well, it has came out. I don't even need to say it. It'd be like if it came out that a country was controlling all of our politicians via money or otherwise. You know, in Iran, they had a revolution. In our country, you've got people who are like, they're our best friends. So it's never going to happen.
And the fact is, I believe still in my heart, we live in the best place we could live in. Like, think of where else we could have been born.
I'm not saying that. I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
But we are certainly, all our policies are being controlled.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Sorry for that tangent, Frankie. Hello. Frankie, Jeremy, everybody. Yes. Nick, you motherfucker. Nick loves the industrial military machine. He does. But
was that,
anyway.
was that the end of the AI run, or we?
No, we just got off on the tangent. Let's watch this video.
Yachts for luxury and for money laundering. Yachts are one of the easiest ways to clean your money. Here's how it works. Let's say I have $100 million from certain activities. If I deposit that in a bank, they'll ask where it came from.
Is that Macaulay Culkin?
And certain authorities might get involved. Instead, we funnel it through a yacht. Yachts are expensive to maintain. A high-end luxury yacht burns millions every single month, and no one questions it because it's a yacht. It's supposed to cost a fortune. We take our illegal cash and report it as maintenance, upgrades, or operating costs for the boat. Next, we start buying as much as we can. Fuel, parts, renovations, and luxury interiors.
Who has the biggest yachts?
Because the companies we buy them from are ours too. Every company that sells supplies for the yacht, we own them all. On paper, it looks like the yacht needs constant million-dollar upgrades, but in reality, the money is just bouncing between companies we control. If anyone asks where the money went, we blame the ocean. Saltwater damage, engine failure, corrosion, weather issues. The sea destroys everything, so no one questions the bills.
I like that
Money is
painting
gone
too,
because the ocean is harsh. This isn't suspicious because no one understands yacht maintenance. And as long as you keep telling authorities the money is for restoration, there's nothing to investigate. The government won't find out. In fact, they might even give you benefits. Luxury yachts registered offshore in places like the Cayman Islands get tax breaks, privacy protection.
I think we get the idea of that. Is this like AI telling them how to launder money? Okay. I mean, I already know how to do that, but
I mean, it makes sense. All the richest people have the biggest yachts.
Yeah. And that's how people like
It could be a tax break depending on where you register it.
It's the McDonald's ice cream machine theory. You know what I mean? You know how the McDonald's ice creams are breaking down continuously all the time. You go through there, you get McFlurry. Oh, our machine's down.
That's
and
what
you like, you motherfuckers. Well, come to find out, if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me. McDonald's owned the company that was the only one contracted to fix those machines.
Well, I mean, they're all owned by private equity anyway. But That's the next shirt idea, Landa. See, so for the HST replacement, Cecil, you need to draw a picture of a giraffe in a suit.
I can do that.
Smoking a cig.
Speaking of that, let's I'm wearing that shirt right now. But we'll get to plugs later.
No,
Unfortunately,
you can pull up the website if you want to.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So, if you've been living under a rock, we got merchandise out. We currently have our new bumper sticker. Go get our new bumper sticker.
They asked me to make a bumper sticker. They did not give good directions. So
I personally love that bumper sticker. We got the new "Where is the Real Steven" shirt, only for $24.49 plus shipping. It goes up to a 2X. I wish it went a little higher. Do any of those other colors go any higher? Gypped again.
yeah,
But,
I mean, some of the other ones, maybe for the limited edition stuff like the Steven shirt and your other shirt, maybe we don't go tri-blend. Maybe we could go. It's still going to be $24. It don't matter what shirt we pick. We have a $1 margin on that shirt or something stupid like that.
Yeah. And you got the original podcast shirt here with us. But you can get this design on many different things. You can
Because
get
we're using a drop shipper. Like we're not making this stuff. So Spreadshop is the company. They're making all of it, and we're adding like $1 to what they're charged. So they're making a ton of money on this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want to buy a bunch of equipment and have to worry about shipping it. So we just make the designs. We make $1 and they ship it to you. The quality's great.
They make $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time. Right here. But you can get you a tote to take to Aldi, get you a coffee cup to drink on the way there. Let's see, we got some good old hoodies too with the OG cast. I've actually got this one in red. It's my favorite.
Which shirt did you get, Landa? Just so I know. Let me know which design and which shirt you got, and I'll ask if somebody else got the same thing, if they think the same, and maybe we can try out a different, because there's like 17 different women's shirts and 17 different men's shirts, and it's hard to pick. So,
and right here is the limited run edition. This is a hand drawn on Procreate that I did. You can get this in red, and my wife got it in red and she loves it and got many compliments. I'm wearing this one right here. The bats don't show up too well, but still dope as fuck.
Go to the Morgana's triangle and go to the men's shirt, and let's see what I want to see which shirt template it was.
Boo, 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 boo. And right here's the triangle. This is Tully. That's me. That's Morgana, and that's Steven. That's a little triangulation right there.
What does that say? Poly? Is it the poly shirt?
Fit. Yep.
Is that what you have on right now?
Yeah.
Do you think they run small?
Oh yeah, I'm not this fat.
No, you know what I mean though. Like is it running super small?
No, mine fits really well. Yeah, mine fits good. Mandy's fit pretty good. That she got as well. So yep, go out and buy some merchandise if you got the extra funds. And
I ain't got my shipment yet, Lando. So
we got stickers. Go check out some stickers. We got Morgana's design here. We got this one right here. We have the bumper sticker, and we got the OG as well. And buy you a shitload of these and put these in your favorite bathroom stall. All right, let's get back to the show.
Okay.
Let's see. But this is coming toward the end of the AI videos. Let me full screen this one.
the only one who's been going down the rabbit hole about how they've been using AI to reveal what is actually being said in ancient Sumerian text on the clay tablets. You know, like ancient Mesopotamia, where they were saying was the original language. And after they were able to decode what it was saying because of these marks that were found deeper in the tablets than originally thought, and they were under the other marks, they shut everything down. Like, the government made them stop. And I want y'all to know it's insane, and I'm on a tangent. The craziest part about this entire thing was that at the bottom of those cuneiform tablets, up under all of the actual markings, there were instructions for it to be deciphered by a machine like AI, which blew archaeologists' mind. And when they reported it and they backed the research, guess who came in and told them they need to stop immediately, swept away everything, and stopped the translation of these ancient Akkadian tablets. And if you know anything about the book of Enoch, if you know anything about ancient Samaria and how they have one of the largest and longest civilizations that we know about, and how they came up with our 60-second metric system, you would know that they had more knowledge than we think. Here's an article that I found about them going through this actual cuneiform text using AI. AI was actually able to develop the information from the language without any prior knowledge of what the translation meant, which only meant that this cuneiform text was already curated to be read by a machine like AI. And even after they translated that cuneiform script, they were able to program it so that it could pull and extract more data and information from this hidden text up under the text on the cuneiform script. Within these tablets, they were able to find out that ancient Mesopotamia had a lot of earth-based knowledge, right? They weren't so hell-bent on making these progressions that were heavy in machinery, but all of their information was very much earth and very much alchemy type magic, which was completely transformative. And they can't understand how different locations of the world all have the same story about these deities and beings and these locations like planet Nabaru. Basically, a lot of the bibliography that we have been studying from Catholicism, because the original shit is hidden at the Vatican. Yeah, cuneiform tablets from ancient Samaria also align with Dead Sea Scrolls and the Book of Enoch, which means that it can't all be a lie. And that's what they're using AI to do. And that's why the government stepped in and said, stop right there, give us everything that's in the bag. The same way that the government recently stopped them from using the sonography to look underneath the pyramids, and they found out that there are actual chambers under there. They got that shit on lockdown for a reason. Hey, so why am I the only one?
I agree with everything she said.
That's crazy.
We got one more AI video. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. We've been running for nearly 2 hours. Do you want to run longer than 2 hours? Do you want to cut it? I ain't got shit to do, man. He's still watching wrestling.
Yeah, let's just see where the knot takes us. I think we're talking about, we get a big list. So
that was actually the last AI video.
We'll see. Next week we may do a part 2, but we'll see.
Yeah. So I mean, we've ran a pretty long run on the AI stuff.
I think so too, Larry.
Old world is a pretty long subject, so maybe we should do some one hits off this list here.
Let's see. I don't know, dude. Let's see. I mean, we could just start at.
I ain't doing shit next week either. We can run part 2.
Let's do the section below where we started, like skinwalkers, and we'll start rolling down through there.
So at the Living Dolls,
the Reddit founder.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, dude. I wonder what caused that, but we'll speculate after the video here. And the one we just watched was AJ Bobby, AJABABI.
Yeah, next week, honestly, we could probably roll like 2 hours just on old world videos, like Tartarian pre-exposition videos, like crazy infrastructure videos.
Yeah.
Larry, do you think that if time travel's real, do you think that you can only go one way? Because I've thought about this a little bit. Like maybe we can only go one way. Or maybe they can only look one way. they talked about like Looking Glass and the chronovisor. What was it?
Chronovisor. Keep running out. I'll be right back.
Okay. No worries. Well, okay. So I think that time travel could potentially be real, or at least interdimensional travel. It could be. They could be. There was a dude. What was it? I think it was a tinfoil hat thing. There was a guy that speculated that the aliens, like the Greys specifically, or a futuristic human civilization that had gene edited themselves into imperfection, like gene edited themselves so far away from humanity that they lived a really long time. Like they lived for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, but they couldn't be exposed to, regular allergens or regular oxygen. But that's where this dude that was talking about this said that the Mothman was actually basically a mech suit because everybody said it had glowing eyes. They said that it was basically an astronaut suit for one of these beings to take DNA samples, which sounds schizophrenic on the surface. I'm not going to lie. But in that theory, it kind of makes sense. Like we're already gene edited. You saw a woman earlier tonight injecting her face with dead people. And what was it? Salmon semen.
Yeah. Dead folk collagen salmon semen. It's a perfect combination for your face.
So we're already kind of on the path of gene editing. We mapped the genome. There's I saw Larry in New York. There was a Subway advert that it had two different colored babies, and it was like hone in your intelligence with XYZ company with gene editing, like basically make your own race is what it was getting at. It's bizarre, like where we're headed.
Yeah, the time travel thing I fully believe is I think they can go anywhere they want to, because I don't think that they're actually moving forward or backwards in time in this universe. They're going into a parallel universe, and I feel like we're staggered. Personally.
Well, that could be a good explanation for the Mandela.
Yeah. Who knows? But I mean, the chronovisor, I love those chronovisor videos on TikTok. I do. I watch them all the time. I know they're bullshit, but I mean, they're fun.
That's why we never have any to watch.
Yeah, I love them. I love them to death. They might be real. Who knows? Somebody got into the vacuum. But let's go ahead and kick on over to the Oops.
Your world's perspective about the death of Aaron Swartz. Now, some of you may already recognize who Aaron Swartz is, but if you're like me, I had no idea who he was until I found his name in the files. So Aaron Swartz is most famously known as one of the co-founders of Reddit, as well as what they call a hacktivist. And in 2013, he unalived himself just 3 months before his federal trial was set to start. Aaron was basically a child prodigy who bounced around from Ivy League to Ivy League, but was just too smart for school. He was a huge activist for free and fair internet. He fully believed that federally funded documents should be free to the public. Because why should we pay money for things that we are already funding? So after Reddit was sold in 2006, Swartz became much more heavily involved in activism, helping launch the Progressive Change Committee. In 2009, he actually spent time working as an intern for congressional offices of Democrat Alan Grayson. According to his friend Ben Winkler, this was because he wanted to learn about how the government operated before he set about the business of trying to improve it. Now, why he ended up interning at a Florida congressman's office, I don't know. It should be worth noting, though, that his seat did become occupied by none other than Marco Rubio later on. I mentioned this because as part of the buyout deal for Reddit, he was required to work at Wired magazine, but soon left this job that was based in San Francisco to go back to Massachusetts, feeling more at home in Cambridge's hacker community. In 2010, he became a research fellow at Harvard University in the Safra Research Lab on institutional corruption. Now, in 2008, Aaron downloaded almost 3 million documents that were stored in Pacer. Pacer is a database where they keep all the federal documents, all the federal court documents, etc. And they charge about 8 cents a page for you to get a hold of this stuff. He released all this information to public.resource.org, and it was basically shut down by the government so that they could investigate the legality of what he did. But after 2 months, no charges were filed because, yes, those documents are technically free to the public. That same year, Aaron founded a website called watchdog.net to accumulate data all in one place about politicians. And in December of 2010, Aaron released his Guerrilla Open Access Manifesto calling for all paywalls of publicly available information to be dissolved. Now, the official story in the media is that in September of 2010, Aaron broke into MIT's closet twice, bypassed the MIT's server walls, and downloaded millions of documents that were academic journals stored through a program called JSTOR, which is a subscription-based program that is only available through academic research lab like students, etc. And since he was a research fellow at Harvard, he had a JSTOR himself. Now, on January 6, 2011, Aaron was arrested by the MIT police. Yes, MIT has its own police force, which is weird to me, considering Aaron had no affiliation with MIT, and you think the Cambridge police would be called on this. And he was arrested on breaking and entering charges, even though he just walked into an open closet, as you saw. But the MIT police force was not the only ones that showed up for his arrest, because they were accompanied by a Secret Service agent. In July of 2011, he was indicted by a grand jury on charges of wire fraud, computer fraud, and unlawfully obtaining information from a protected computer and recklessly damaging a protected computer. So I had to ask myself, what exactly is a protected computer and why is the Secret Service involved in this? According to the law that he was indicted for, a protected computer is exclusively for the use of a financial institution or the United States government, or essentially just used by the government or financial institution, which makes me raise some eyebrows because did he hack into MIT's computer system or something the government is using? Now, the official story is that the government went on this fervent campaign to try and make an example out of him, and he was facing up to $1 million in fines as well as 35 years in prison. And the pressure of the case was just getting to him, and he was running out of money. And so when his girlfriend came home from work one day, she found that he had Now, reportedly, Aaron did suffer from depression. His death led to something called Aaron's Law, which was a reform of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act that he was charged with, aiming to prevent overzealous prosecution for violating website terms of service. Here's my thing with this case. A whole bunch of charges ended up being dropped, including the state cases of breaking and entering, etc. He also returned all of the academic journals that he had taken, and the federal prosecutors gave him an offer of 6 months. His law team turned that down and had a counteroffer that did not include jail time, and the government turned down that offer. 2 days later, he unalived himself. So that makes zero sense to me. So then I started looking harder at the court documents involved in his case. Now, Swartz died on January 11th, 2013. And according to this official court document, 2 weeks later, he was supposed to have a significant suppression hearing. Because apparently when he was arrested, they seized all of his computer equipment without a warrant. Secret Service claims they never possessed his laptop at all, and that the Cambridge Police Department had a hold of it. Even though I already told you that the Cambridge police had nothing to do with this arrest, the MIT police did. In fact, it was 39 days before anybody obtained a search warrant. A month before his death, his lawyers asked for a suppression hearing in front of the judge for this exact reason. Now just buckle up, guys, because these motions to suppress came a year after his arrest. I would have thought any attorney worth their salt would have done that immediately. But no, it wasn't until a month after Aaron Swartz got new lawyers. And the way my heart dropped out of my butt when I saw who his original lawyer was, Marty effing Weinberg, Epstein's lawyer, of 20 effing years. So immediately I run to the files to see if anything was in there about Aaron Swartz, and there was only one thing of importance. This email to Jeffrey from Joy Ito 8 months after the death of Aaron with the subject line. And then there was this recently, ... Link. It says Jewish hero Aaron Swartz exposing elite. Excuse me? Now, Joy Ito was an entrepreneur and venture capitalist who actually took over as director of the MIT Media Lab in 2011. He was announced in April of 2011, just months after Aaron was arrested. People called the appointment an unusual choice because this man has no degrees. Joy Ito is in the files a hell of a lot. Like, I put him in the top 10, top 20 people that Jeffrey talked to. And whatever their conversations were about, even Ito was like, do you have Signal? Let's talk on there. And that was in 2017, long before I heard of Signal. Now, when I tried to put that link in the Wayback Machine, I got a message that I've never seen before, saying that the URL has been excluded from the Wayback Machine. Now, it took me a good long while, but I was able to find it. And are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? January 16th, 2013. So 5 days after Aaron was found dead in his Brooklyn apartment, this blog posted, Jewish hero Aaron Swartz exposing elite child abuse.
Me, Larry.
This blog references an op-ed written by the former editor of Japan Times Weekly titled, Was Aaron Swartz unalived by a Massachusetts Institute of Technology satanic child ring? Yeah, folks. Now, here's the article. They tried to scrub that too, but I found it. It's really long and it goes into a lot more detail, but basically this person spent about 2 years working with a anti-trafficking ring, and it claims that Swartz was a risk to the people at MIT who produced child for a clientele that includes the highest echelon of the State Department, major corporations, intelligence agencies, the military brass, and the White House. And I'm going to break all of this down in my next video because I have taken the last few days to research every single part of these claims. They also named Nicholas Negropont, who was the person who founded Media Labs at MIT. They also talk about Frank Moss, who was the person who was running the lab when Aaron did his thing, as well as claiming that Joy Ito ran a nightclub in Tokyo's district, which was run by a Yakuza boss, connecting it back to MK Ultra, claiming they were using it on children to make slaves for the elite. And trust me, I've gone deep into this. I've found articles that have been scrubbed from the internet. I've connected it back to the State Department, the Secret Service agent that we've talked about. I've even dug into the background of his girlfriend and found out that she has a very suspicious familial connection. At his own funeral, his father got up there and said that Aaron was killed by the government, which has been spun to be metaphorical. Stay tuned as I dive into my multi-part series about what I have uncovered in my research. Also, if you want...
What was her handle? That was a crazy one. That was great.
It's Nerdy Pink Panda 00. Nerdy Pink Panda 00.
And that's a good segue into the living doll thing, dude.
Oh, yeah. Is this why I sent you?
Yeah.
The one thing I sent you?
You send me like 2 or 3 a week. They're just not all serious.
I only send bangers. But let's pull this up. I got kind of concerned because Mandy was texting me. I think she's watching wrestling, and she said, if Cody Rhodes wins, I'm gonna flip my shit. And I heard her screaming there, so I had to text her because I thought she might have broke my TV. But no, Randy Orton won. Sorry, spoiler alert.
That means absolutely nothing to me, so it's fun.
I'm not huge on wrestling either, but she loves it. She's like, you remember back in the 90s when your grandpa would sit there and like throw shit against the wall, like watching wrestling. That's Mandy right now. But anyway, let's go ahead and pull this up.
Worse, the shit that they revealed about the Epstein files, or the rabbit hole that I went down.
That one.
And let me start by saying this. This is another reason why I always say the dark web is not the place to be. So basically, people are getting auctioned on the dark web, and they're getting auctioned to be a live doll. You heard what I just said? A live doll. So people on the dark web will bid on you. And when they win the bid, you basically sign yourself away to be their live doll. So how they do this is they will surgically remove all of your bones, all of your limbs. They will have your tongue cut out. They will remove your eyes. They will then set your body up to a feeding tube so that you can get food and nourishment so you can spend the rest of your life as a live dog. You heard what I just said? And the craziest part of that is this. If you wanted to die, if you wanted to get out of that contract, if you wanted to get your own life back, that is not possible. You can't even take your own life. You would have to be a live dog for the rest of your existence until you expire. Jump down a rabbit hole. Hit that search bar up there, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There are people that are signing up for this on the dark web.
That's crazy, Jim.
I'm out. I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, that's big if true. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that with a grain of salt.
Well, I mean, is it that far out of the realm of possibility? Listen, when they get the humanoids perfected, like the robots, there's going to be a Westworld somewhere, like on a private island or whatever. You know, they could be hunting humans. You know what I mean? Like,
let's see.
That's wild, Jenny. Wild.
Well, I mean, there was a fellow arrested a while back. They only got him for drugs. He was in one of the huge houses around here. We talked about it on the show, where they found a torture chamber, but they ended up saying that wasn't anything.
But you see what she said? She said that they found butcher bunkers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't doubt that.
I do too, Larry. You know, if you're at the end of your life and you could secure like generational wealth, I don't know. I could see people doing that.
I was searching for live dolls. I was wanting to get prices on them, and I can't even search them. Like, you can't find them on the internet anymore. I wonder if Yandex will do it.
Well, the dude in the video said it was like that's got to be like a dark web red room type thing.
Yeah, that particular thing would be. Oh, you can get these in 3 to 7 days. I'll send you the link.
You're stupid. Stupid.
Warehouse. Oh, yeah, they got them in the warehouse. Jesus, Chris. This is nuts.
What?
These are totally affordable. No, I'm joking.
Well, with only 42,000 Klarna payments.
But no, I mean,
stop, Landa.
The sex industry, though, which is what he's pertaining to. I mean, and the dark web and things like that. That's kind of where all this evolves. Like, I've never actually been digging through the dark web enough to find crazy stuff like people talk about, like the things that we searched when it was first around, when the Silk Road or whatever was around, was like, you know, trying to get seeds and stuff like that, to get dime bags and whatnot.
I saw some crazy. Our friend saw some crazy stuff.
Yeah, but I never delved that much. So I mean, it's been going around so long that, you know, there's stuff like that out there behind these old shitty looking website looking things. You have to have passwords to get into. That whole thing though, right there, when I seen that this morning, I was like, this is the craziest shit. Like, that's the realm of conspiracy that I've been at my whole life, that I believe it's fully possible that that's happening, but likely not, because that seems like a lot to have a sex doll when you can just buy one for a lot cheaper.
I'm telling you, dude, if you had all the money in the world, you'd get bored.
That's true.
I think that's a lot of this. It's people who've reached the end of the game.
Yeah. I agree with you. That could be very well be it. Yeah.
Let's I'm taking pop machines off there since we talked about it.
You want to do the meta dead people?
No.
Oh, okay.
I want to do something fun. Hit the astronauts. We'll do the astronauts and the ice wall, and we'll call it a night.
Oh yeah. I love everything with astronauts.
This one's kind of wild. I mean, it's like definitely green screen stuff, but
oh yeah, I mean, anything to do with the astronaut is going to be a green screen thing because space ain't real. But let's go ahead and pop
Jenny,
it up.
I mean, you're on a flow tonight.
Yeah.
That's this is what we've been missing, these rants in the chat.
I need them because there is a level of conspiracy that we kind of linger around on this show, and it goes so much deeper. And you're the one that brings that to light for people in our chats, and I love it. So keep it coming.
Just have them float in. No, not appear and float. No, not materialize. Float. In. All right, and we got this awesome shot of the space station here. And well, no, why are you zooming in? Don't zoom in. No, you can see the toilet paper rolls. It took me all day to make that. What are you doing? All right, Steve, and then we'll have you float into the scene. No, not appear into the scene. Float into this. No, stop appearing into the scene. We want you to float. And I shot it in my backyard. Yeah. No, I know it doesn't make sense because, realistically, we'd be traveling at like thousands of miles an hour. Those movements wouldn't be possible, but I think it works. Hey, great news, guys. Those shots that we have of our astronauts floating through the space station side by side with scenes that were shot in a Hollywood studio, that video has been completely removed from the internet. Yeah, no, I went through the entire thing. It does not exist anywhere anymore. What? What's that? What? Yeah, okay, for the shot, I think we'll just have them.
At what point are they going to stop with this bullshit? I mean, I don't get it. I don't even understand the point of it at this point. There's
just like with what happened today. There's people that believe this stuff.
While we're on it, I'm going to pull this one up because it's in the suggestion. But it's the same guy. But this is did underscore you underscore no underscore that underscore 123. But the whole astronaut thing, man, ever since they started doing this, it all comes from we wanted to beat the Russians to space, and now we can't let the facade fall. We gotta keep going to space. We gotta keep going.
We're going back to the moon after 100 years later. It's not really been 100 years, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well,
Landa. Listen, I agree, Larry. The people are super passionate about that, but even on TikTok, like even in these comments, people are like, you just cherry picked videos or whatever.
There shouldn't be videos to cherry pick. There shouldn't be videos to cherry pick with as much money as we give NASA. What are we giving them money for? Good editing skills? Give me a job. I can do this. I can do it easy. It'd be awesome.
Katy Perry wouldn't lie.
No.
Katy Perry went to space, and she would not lie about it. I mean,
she's
come
got
on,
magical powers that turn her from a mannequin back into a real person that opens a door from the inside that can't be opened from the inside.
It was a cool story. You had the most powerful group of people on the planet go to space.
Yeah.
And come back and live to tell the story.
Now, this one that I'm getting ready to show is not on the list. I want to show this first because my spouse and I have been having a conversation about this all day. I want your thoughts on this one. It's the Jim Carrey debacle. Let's watch it.
And I was like, I'm dead.
Is not the same as this Jim Carrey.
Kidnapping children is not what great nations do.
I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies.
So many people are pointing out that Jim Carrey's recent appearance at the César Awards in France was a bit strange. And not Jim Carrey strange. People are pointing out that physically he looks completely different. And also that his typical Jim Carrey personality that we've all come to know and love was much more subdued. And there's been some reports that Jim Carrey made an appearance on Stephen Colbert just a few weeks ago, and he looked like this. So how could his hair have grown out this much in just a few weeks? This report is actually false because Jim Carrey has not actually appeared on Stephen Colbert since back in 2020. However, Jim Carrey has made some very interesting appearances on talk shows in the past, ones in which he seems to be calling out a certain group.
Oh, like you don't know what it is. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and the all-mocking tongue.
And then there was also this controversial acceptance speech from the Britannia Awards just 7 years ago.
Kidnapping children is not what great nations do. Its worst evils: hatred of immigrants, contempt for the truth, greed, and the abuse of power. We are fighting those same evils today.
Conspiracy theorists point out that elites are constantly known for using doubles in public appearances, especially when someone becomes unpredictable or starts speaking too freely, like Jim has been known to do. Still love Jim Carrey. He is absolutely a legend in my book, but let me know what you think.
You know, I saw a theory recently that a lot of these very popular figures that are ascended into pop culture, they're done so because they have twins.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that? You know what I'm talking about?
Now, I don't think this is a conspiracy. And that's true, Linda. People's physical appearance can change due to health, and voices can too. His voice was off in this. I wish it would have shown more of this whole interview. I don't think this is a conspiracy theory because of who Jim Carrey is, which I could be wrong. Mandy has surprisingly, since the files came out, turned into a I don't trust anything anymore person.
Yeah.
But I think that this is a stand-in.
I'll say, well, yeah, it's definitely not him. I'm just saying, you look at the eyebrows, you look at the earlobes, it's a different person.
His eyes are a different color. But Jim Carrey is one of those cats, like, he does stuff for fun. So this could either be like he sent somebody to be him because he didn't want to go and he thought it'd be funny.
I guess what I'm getting at is, you know how everybody always says clones?
Yeah.
There were, I wish I would have got this video, but there was and I forget who it was, but there was somebody that did a deep dive into people saying that they had twins.
Mm.
And it would be like just one random moment where a celebrity would be like, "Am I a twin?" Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they're like, maybe it's not clones. Maybe it's twins. Like they take the crazy one out and put the trained one in or something like that.
Could be. I mean, it very well could be. But this is one of those conspiracy theories I'm going to call not a conspiracy theory. I think it's probably him just having fun. Yeah. He's done it before, or if he's getting ready to do a new movie, he's just in some kind of character or something. But let's see what happens on his next appearance. Ice Wall, then we're out of here after we give you 20 minutes of plugs. Let's see.
We're in the house. So these are videos of ship captains.
Okay. Let's watch it.
Look at this. Wow. This is beautiful.
Look at that wall. Like even
This is fascinating. Wow.
How's it so clean cut?
This is beautiful.
I want a marble kitchen top like that.
Wow.
So expensive.
With all the strings, huh? This is beautiful. This is absolutely gorgeous, guys.
This is the place where we can get the closest to an ice wall like this.
Exactly.
Safest, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is the closest.
He literally just said, he said this is the closest we can get to the ice wall. Is this?
That's why I love it. And then you look back and you see that.
Wow.
That looks unreal.
Exactly. That
If
looks
that
like
was
AI.
cheesed, that would be
It's
awesome.
AI.
Yeah.
Haters will say it's AI. You can stand up for a moment if you want to.
Wow.
This
is beautiful.
Did you see it?
That is absolutely beautiful. Say it's AI. You can stand up for a moment if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is absolutely beautiful. It looks like the
Forbidden cheese.
part of the ship is just stuck on the photo.
Yeah, exactly.
Forbidden.
That's beautiful. Look at that.
That straight up looks like a pyramid, dude.
Yeah. What?
Forbidden cheese.
Forbidden cheese. Are we talking about Gouda? Let's see. If you let me take a look at this. This guy looks reputable.
It looks like the Unabomber.
On the ice wall, check this out. We found the ice wall. Check this out.
Dude, I believe it. I mean, I firmly, you know how I feel about it. I firmly believe that there's an ice wall and that there's lands beyond.
Are you talking about the wall, Jenny? Being 2 miles, like the ice is 2 miles deep?
I'd have to read back through. But I mean, it. The evidence of the ice wall is getting more and more prevalent now. I don't know how people are getting access though, like because for the longest time, people just were not allowed to go around it.
Well, there was another video that I didn't include of that first one where they stayed around that camp for a while. They didn't see anybody for a long time. But you can't pass, like they can't pass where that camp was, like through that strait. It's illegal.
But yeah, oh yeah, the pyramids are a lot deeper. I mean, even the ones in Egypt, they just came out with last year about the columns and the big empty rooms at the bottom of the columns and all that good jazz. And some telling what's really happening underneath the pyramid. I personally think that they're ancient structures left over to generate electricity. That's my personal belief. But thank you all for tuning in. Let me send you this list for next week, totally leftover list. Okay. Let's see. But
I agree, Larry. It's we're bombing each other in the real world and nobody's allowed to go there.
Yeah.
That's the one thing we can agree upon. We can't agree on anything, but we can agree that nobody needs to go there.
There apparently is I seen a video today about it. Somebody had made it further inland and they weren't even trying to be like, this is a crazy conspiracy. This is a land beyond the wall. It's a valley. It's just an informational thing. It's a valley and deep within Antarctica where there's no ice. It's all barren land.
Well, yeah, that's what Bird talked about. He said there was clear land beyond that.
Yeah. But the whole thing that this video was saying was that the wind is so fast and it's so dry there that if water approaches it, it evaporates immediately. That was kind of wild to me. It's untelling what's down there that we can't get access to. Just let's go. Just let's go.
There's no harm in it.
No, there ain't nothing wrong with it. They ain't gonna hurt your feelings, And to be honest, if you give me $50,000, I won't even say what I seen.
Hey, I know you're standing outside right now. I'll tell you what. Email if you can see the I don't know which way to point.
It's right here.
You can see the email
WITF@gmx.com.
Email us your address or PO box or whatever, and we will send you a hoodie.
Yep.
So that when you're standing outside listening to us, you can stay warm.
Yep. Exactly. So, and that's
Larry.
gmx.com. But yeah, there's apparently lands way beyond. That's what Bird said. He said there's lands bigger than America, is bigger than anything past ice wall. which I believe is 100% accurate. And I'm still waiting on the map that fellow created that you're supposed to get me.
Those confunding or
Yeah.
confunding.
Yeah. But I just want to know, man, like if in the instance of the afterlife, I hope that is something that we can do. We can like learn the truths that we really wanted to know. That's my one hope. That's my one hope.
Yep.
So
Jenny, just send it to us, and we'll make sure you get a hoodie. So keep you warm while you're listening, standing outside.
Send your size too. So that we get you the right one. But I don't know. Anyway, with that being said, again, right here's our new merch store. You can go and get some shirt designs or whatever. This is a limited edition. This ain't going to be around long. This does not look good on hoodies. So,
Landa's giraffe is going to replace that. Cecil just needs to draw it.
Yeah, I gotta get to drawing that up. I'll try not to make it look sexualized. But we'll see what happens. And you can go to Wearing the Folk link. You can go to linktree.com/Wearing the Folk and get to this website, as well as find everything else, and including Weird Realities. You can get a link to their Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Linktree. And we got on here, we got Cosmic Crumbs. This is linktree.com/cosmic, spelled with 0 crumbs. This is Tully's one-off where he goes and tells some unique stories and some recipes every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time on
Yeah, Larry, that's what I'm saying.
I like thick ones too, brother.
It needs to be a big like an old school tattoo pinup of a giraffe, like ass hanging out. Yeah,
I can do that. But
Landa might not like on a shirt. That I'm voting for that. I would buy that shirt though.
All right,
smoking a cigarette.
But Cosmic Crumbs every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. What you got on the menu this week? Do you have anything on the menu?
Oh, I'm yapping. We're doing recipes, and I might do some "Am I the Asshole" stories this week. I don't know.
Yeah, 100% you are. Just about every instance.
I mean, not me, but you know what I'm saying. My mango is just a blow up and act like I don't know nobody.
That's fun. I hope that happens.
So we're just talking about food and whatever. Like I might get into Glitch in the Matrix. I might get into Am I the Asshole? No, Larry, I've been doing this. This is next week will be the 6th episode.
No, I think that he means that is this one you're actually going to cook on?
No, it's not warm enough. I can't do it in the house because of animals.
And I'm not going up there till later next month, and we'll go over the logistics of that and figure out how to get it up.
I've been having also doubts about even doing it outside because the wind, like even the wind with these microphones and stuff, be a disaster.
Yeah,
and I'm not rich enough to have a outdoor cooking area enclosed.
We'll figure out the logistics when I get down there. I think we can make that work to at least 1 1/4. But April 20th, 2026 will be the first drop of Till Death Do We Watch, where me and my wife and I, Mandy, will be reviewing some old shitty movies or good movies. You never know. We'll figure it out together. The first one,
I'm just yapping, Larry. They just Don't don't have high expectations. I don't know if you want to say that too, Cecil. I don't have too high of expectations of me.
You need to have the highest expectations of Mandy and I because this is going to be heavily produced in 10 to 15-minute episodes, so it ain't going to take up your full night. Like we do every Friday at 7 p.m. where you can tune back in 7 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be going over some weird stuff. What's on the menu for next week on Wearing the Folk? Do we know?
No.
I bet Juggalos is on it. I'm not ready.
I don't think it is Juggalos though.
Yeah.
You know, Morgana holds the keys to the castle when it comes to what we're talking about, and we usually get like 2-3 days, and we do research. You know, we try to live semi-normal lives, and I say that lightly. Like we're constantly texting about what's going on and conspiracies and everything else.
I am, and here's some exciting news. For people that's heard me read, you'll be excited to hear that I have wrote on a book for about 3 or 4 years now, maybe 5. Maybe 5 years I've been writing on a book, and I've had stories, and I've scrapped whole stories. I'm making an anthology horror stories system for Appalachia.
We might have a guest, Larry.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. If Cecil can secure the guest, we'll have a guest for that episode.
But I haven't got a working title for it yet. I got a title for each story, but I need to come up with a title for the full book. I'm about 2 stories away from releasing it, I do believe. So that'll be coming this year, I hope.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. It's all from my mind.
Secure, yes.
Yeah, it's all from my mind. But yeah, the Juggalo episode, I don't know. I've been struggling with the direction of it. Honestly. I wrote out a full research thing. Like I wrote out the full completed research not long ago, and it just didn't flow well. So I want that to be like a pristine episode. So I'm just need to work on I need to redo the research a little bit and reformat it. But that'll be coming soon. That's the reason we never did the Tartaria episode, because I did research on the Tartaria stuff, read, I don't know, like 12 books about Tartaria, and I wrote out like maybe 15 hours of content, and I just shift delete.
You got to, Larry. And maybe that's why we don't need a guest. You know, I love our juggalos and juggalettes that listen, but you know, they all know, like we all know what it is and what it ain't. So I don't know. You already know. Like you already know. You go watch a video of The Gathering and you'll know what it is and what it ain't.
Yeah. I personally know some amazing juggalos, and some professional juggalos. And
it all seems very cultish. It does. You're absolutely right, Larry.
I dare you. We'll have this talk later.
Larry's right. Larry's right. It's a family.
It's a damn family. But anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. And if you're still with us and you've never seen the show before and you haven't hit like and subscribe, please hit that subscribe button. Leave us some filthy comments. Tell us how fucking stupid we are. I don't give a shit. Just interact. So on Between the Notes, Morgana show, she has said
she got 20 years of content.
I know she's got content.
It's a music show. It's like music diffusion.
Yeah, exploration into music and to the meaning behind the songs and things like that, which is a brilliant idea, and I love that stuff. One of my favorite things to do before these podcasts is to come in here for about an hour and a half, and watch music reaction videos. I don't know why, I just like doing that. And then I like to be like, well, why didn't you talk about what this line means? And that's what Morgana is going to do. So That's gonna be awesome. So hopefully we'll have a release date for that soon. It's gonna be pre-recorded too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. And we got a guest for don't we have a guest next week, or is that the week after?
We've got a guest in March. We've got a Bigfoot researcher coming on the 14th.
All right. And do you want to lock in next Saturday since I not got shit going on? You don't have shit going on?
Yeah, we'll finish it. We didn't even get into the old world stuff. So
Yeah. We'll
plan on going live at 8 Eastern next Saturday. We'll finish up the old world stuff and get into anything if we're still here.
If we're still here, we'll be finishing up this watch party on
I agree, Larry. That stuff's nuts.
Oh yeah. Dude, I could go on about music all night, dude. Let's cut this one and then come straight back on.
No, we're passionate about this because we're like Cecil and I are both musicians, and yeah.
But anyway, thank you all for watching us because we're watching you.
Peace.
Whoa!